Stitch number 1328 is a hand look quilt stitch. Now, this is a manipulated stitch, so you have to have kind of like the planets aligned for it to all work, but it is possible. And so we're going to start off with clear thread on the machine. I prefer to use a thread stand when I use clear thread. It is one of those threads that just has a mind of its own, and if it has a little more time to relax before it comes all the way into the first guide of the sewing machine, tends to work a little bit better. If you ever have any fussy threads, this is your solution, a thread stand. Get it off the machine like metallic threads. Again, anything that you might have that's breaking, give it a chance with a thread stand. Now, so we have 1328 is our selected stitch. Next, you do need to increase your top tension. This is what makes it work. And our thread of choice, the one that's going to look like we're stitching it by hand with, is actually in our bobbin. So put your pretty stuff down below, because with this tight tension, it's going to drag it up and make it look like a stitch. But when it stitches kind of its middle part, it will be clear, and then it will stitch again. It's going to stitch forward, drag that bobbin thread up, lock it, and then stitch again, leaving a little gap in the middle. So it is kind of fun. Here, let's zoom in. And get a rhythm of this stitch. So what we have is kind of a couple different stitches. Now it does usually take a little bit to get it started, so give yourself time. You might need to, and I'm stitching through batting and fabric, so that does usually give it a little bit of a help there in looking. But if you ever want to have something that looks like it's stitched by hand, but you don't want to do that time, look how fast it's already going. Put your walking foot on and away you'll go. This is what we're talking about. So when you look close, you see the little part of the bobbin thread pulling up. Now sometimes it won't pull up all the way. You could increase your top tension a little bit more and see how that works. Now on the back, it's going to prove you did not do it by hand. So your choice. If it's not going to show back there, maybe on a wall hanging, that is no problem at all. Now one thing about this stitch is you kind of need to get a rhythm for it. So you need to know, like for turning a corner, when is it proper to turn? You can turn at certain points, but not every point, because once you stop, let me stop with the needle down, if it's going to pull back, you don't want it to actually pull kind of back a ways away from that corner. You kind of need to know when it's actually going to do it. So let's go ahead, we'll sink the needle down. We're just turning a little corner box here. So kind of do some practice testing. I'm sure one day somebody said, "Oh, I'm going to use my husband's fishing line in their sewing machine." Had everything all messed up, and now we have a stitch that's built into our machine. People want to use it, but if you don't know how to use it properly, it may not give you the perfect look. But look, from a distance, it looks like you did it by hand.